Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and early, 4 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about in this first video. What I am going to talk about right after a little something else, I'm going to talk about two videos that caught my attention with the Russia-Ukraine conflict that really got my attention. I want to talk about those. The links will be down below to those. Before I get into that, though, I want to talk about something else. The second video I made yesterday, I haven't read the comments at all. As a matter of fact, I haven't even checked it. I'm not even sure if YouTube put the stamp on it or if they gave me a yellow check mark and withheld advertising. I haven't even checked it yet. So I just wanted to give my gut feelings. I'm very ambiguous after I make a video like that. Let me tell you guys, I walk a thin line. Like I said in that video, especially after losing Audrey last summer, and I've lost a lot of other friends and family, a lot. And I've had a lot of near fatal scrapes myself, and it makes me wonder, am I still here? Why am I still here? And is there a purpose? And I really get this strong feeling, especially after conquering keeping my conquering and being in recovery from heroin and cocaine addiction. I really get the gut feeling that the reason that I'm still here is to help other people through the mistakes I've made in my life. And as I looked at that, as I thought about the second video I made yesterday, I always worry that it'll be taken the wrong way, that it'll be taken like I'm just another guy bragging about fighting. And that's the last thing that how I want it to be taken. Like I'm saying, in the title, I kind of have to balance it to make it sound interesting, to make it sound like something that you want to watch, kind of, that gets your attention. And it's a fine line to walk that, I want to keep the integrity of what I'm talking about. In that video, my point was to be honest, more honest than probably most men are about altercations they've been in. Usually it's a tough guy, like in the movies and TV, bam, you laugh, the guy laughs and shakes it off and, knocks out the bad guy or takes out, I never fail to just, I'm amazed at the way they portray, like it's, people getting repeatedly hit in the face on TV and they're barely bleeding. In reality, teeth fly out. In reality, your nose breaks, your teeth, you can't, no matter how much muscles you have, it doesn't prevent your face, a fist repeatedly hitting the facial area causes a lot of damage. And I wanted to make that point, that, and plus the emotional side of it, like I talked in that video, that was my point. It doesn't, for me at least, I wanted to make that clear. For me, it never felt good, no matter what, no matter how much somebody deserved it. It never felt good hurting somebody else. I never ever got any joy. And plus, there's the added anxiety of the payback that could come along with that. And that's what I wanted to portray in yesterday's video. So I've been conflicted as I was going through the night last night. I'm wondering, should I delete it? I hope it's taken like how I meant it. I just wanted to be honest, kind of bare my soul, to show, I don't want to say a feminine side of me, but a more honest human side that says, it doesn't feel good hurting other people, even if they deserve it. It's not like TV, where the good guy, takes out 5 or 6 of the bad guys and, ouch, geez, that hurt, and flipping guys over their shoulder and, taking repeated blows like you see Schwarzenegger or Stallone or whatever, or Bruce Willis getting hit, or Matt Damon, getting hit repeatedly in the face. I don't care how many muscles you have, your teeth are going to fly out. I'm always amazed on TV and in film how the teeth never are damaged. Let me tell you, in reality, the teeth are damaged. Anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. I had good intentions when I made that video. I wanted to portray the human side of this. You know, you have to do what you have to do, but it's best if you can avoid it. It's best to avoid it. And I'm going to make more videos about that. But enough about that. All right, moving on now. 2 videos that I want to talk about. The first one was President Zelensky on the streets of, I have a hard time saying it, Kiev. I was looking this up. It's pronounced Kiev. It's one of those I'm never going to be able to pronounce. But he's on the streets at night, and he's kind of taunting or bragging. He's got his whole board, his whole cabinet with him, and he keeps saying he's talking in Ukrainian. That's another thing I learned this morning. There is a separate Ukrainian language. And he's saying, we're still here. I'm still here. This guy's still here. This guy's still here. We're still here. We're not going nowhere. You know, and I freaking loved it, man. I'll put the link to this video. And to be honest with you guys, I don't know if it's the same with you guys, but it reminded me, I swear to God, it reminded me of George Washington. You know, I thought back to England and how, you know, people came here from England, you know, then they broke away for independence, the independence from Great Britain, and how George Washington, the president, fought in his own army to fight for independence for this country, for democracy. And I don't know if I'm going to catch flack for this. I don't know if it's occurred to other people or what, but, you know, a lot of other times we've seen presidents or leaders immediately flee in a plane or whatever, take off into what's it called? Not isolation. When they you know they go into hiding when their country's taken over. But I love it, man. Zelensky just says, "I'm here, man. I'm here," and I think he's got another video where he's holding up a Kalashnikov, and You gotta love that. The underdog fighting for freedom for his country. You know, it honestly reminded me of George Washington and our initial battle for independence. You know, that's me. I want to hear what you guys think. Okay, the second video I came across just blew my mind. I'll have the link for that one down below. It's on the streets of Kiev. However you pronounce it. I looked this up, and it used to be spelled K-I-E-V, Kiev. And now it's spelled K-Y-I-V or something like that. I don't know. The capital of Russia. And this video, like I said, the link will be down below. And there's 2 Russian heavily armored carriers, personnel carriers, or tanks. I think they're actually tanks because they have guns on them. And they're going down the highway. There's one, and then there's another one. And you see the second one, and there's cars passing. Just, you know, they're not, you know, fighters or anything. There's just, you see cars passing on the other way, going the other way. And the Russian tank just veers, and you hear people that are watching. It sounds like people are watching this. Other Ukrainians are watching this from like an apartment building, and they're filming it. They're like, "Oh my God!" And the Russian tank just veers across the road and runs over, and then parks on top of a car, and the aftermath, and then sits on top of the car. You know, with presumably, of course, with people in it, Ukrainian people in it. I mean, this is just a brutal, horrific, you know, intentional act. You see the tank swerve across the road and just run over this car. This guy who was just going wherever in a hurry, trying to get to his family or whatever. Because later, in a few pictures later, I'll probably post the pictures too. A lot of you probably have seen this already. The guy actually survived. The car is squished to half the size, half the height. And he's all scrunched down, you know, kind of shooken up, but he's all right. But this, I just have to wonder, the people that are still like Trump, or the people that, you know, Tucker Carlson or Bannon or any of these other right-wing nut white nationalists, I don't know if I can even say that, but what they have to say about people like this. Look who you're defending. Think about it. You know, this is just it was a brutal act. I don't see how anybody could defend that. So I'll have the links to these 2 videos There's so much more I want to talk about. I probably will have a second video today. You guys have a great Saturday.